Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander viewers are advised that the following video may contain images and voices of people who have passed away.
Good morning. Great to see you here, guys. Good morning, Shireen. How are you? Have a good day.
When I get up in the morning, I come to school, drop my two children off, my granddaughter. The first person I meet and greet in the morning is Mark. He's a very friendly person, and he makes my day happier and give the kids a five, make them really happy. And I know that I've got someone in the front at the gate to say, welcome me.
So that can come out, Uncle Cole.
Oh,
So it's a bit of an obnoxious little weedy weed. Yeah. Beautiful. You've done a great job in here.
With Aboriginal kids and Islanders, I think they look up to the elders and lift their spirit up, make them feel welcome that, they got someone there to talk to. If not, make them realise that they can move on with whatever they want in life.
I think there are a lot of reasons why that Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander, the parents aren't engaging at the moment. And I think first and foremost we just have to look at our commitments that we do have as parents. Certainly underpinning that is when you have a look at the transgenerational effects from stolen generation, is we only have to look 2 to 3 generations back. And sometimes the grandparents of the kids at this school now that wasn't engaged in school, that school actually may have not been an option for them. Or if they were engaged at school, it could have been a very negative experience. And most of the time, if they were in stolen generation out from these communities, their family wasn't involved in school. There was a disconnectedness to that. So they weren't involved in they didn't have their parents getting them up ready for school, getting their breakfast, ensuring they've got breakfast, getting their lunches ready. They didn't see their parents connect and have that relationship with their teacher. So again, it's about how can we acknowledge that disconnectedness that primarily the Aboriginal community has had from education as a family unit, and how can we move that forward in today to ensure that we have family units and family communities supporting our pickaninnies through school.
You don't have their trust, you don't get them in here. They will not come. And look, I have been shunned many times actually, and it never deterred me from trying. So when they introduced this community liaison officers in school, especially in our school, it was like God sent. So I work very closely with community liaison officers. When they go for home visits, I go with them. At one point I used to go home visit myself. Nobody comes out. They think that I'm doing some kind of survey or I'm selling some product. But then when I go with the community liaison officers, they build the relationship and I extend my hand and say, I'm the school counsellor.
Aboriginal liaison officers are crucial in creating a strong partnership between the family and the school. They are the go-to person. They're usually the first person that you contact for both the family and the school. So they are the go-between, and they're a good place to gain knowledge, but also to give knowledge to families and the school in matters concerning the child. They're in a unique position to foster good relationships between parents and child, so parents feel comfortable in discussing their child's matters with the school, and also the school feels like they've got someone to go to when they want to address a family.
As a non-Aboriginal person working in a predominantly Aboriginal context, it's a challenge, and you have to think very carefully and constantly about how you're communicating, because we're from different cultures. We've got many things in common, and we have some things that are just culturally different, and it's my job to be aware of that. The best way to go about doing that is to listen to your Indigenous staff and follow their lead.
When I go to a place, it is an advantage because I've got a skin group, or I've got family connections, cultural connections to an area. which gives me a good sort of lead in, but I always consult with the people that have been at the school for a long time, the traditional owners, the people from this area, because I think teaching the kids from this area, there's no perfect model that you can bring in from anywhere. It's got to be, the answers for Broome Primary are in Broome. My family's in Roban. The answers, if something works well here, we can take aspects of it to Roban or anywhere else, but it's got to be developed from Roban. So the answers for the community are in the community. And even within the same community, you could ask a bunch of elders the same sort of, the same question to 5 or 10 families and get 5 or 10 different responses. So you just got to do as much consultation as you can and, and do your best.
And the next house is Miss Nancy. She's grandmother to, or grandmother to most of the kids at school. So, Harry, Gary there.
It's important for schools to acknowledge the difference in kinship structures in Aboriginal families, and that sometimes in some families that might take precedence over going to schools. If schools can acknowledge that some family business, sometimes sorry business, will take precedence over school, they can modify the way that they approach the families to ensure that there's continued engagement and there's a strong partnership between the family and the school.
During liaison visits that we have every week, if we don't have any referrals, maybe we just touch base with parents, remind them that there is a big, or that there is Harmony Week. Maybe we could deliver like those Indigenous.
So we'll make a couple more.
To get parents to come in and do other stuff has been actually quite hard, and that's when we looked at Kids Matter as a way of maybe getting a team and maybe feeling like they could have some power in helping us, looking at our well-being. And so last year we started that with some parents, and it started to grow a bit. We've had actually quite a few parent meetings this year already, which we're really happy about, parents that are really keen. We've got some big beautiful planter pots that we're painting. They're going to come and do some painting with us and do some planting of flowers around our bird baths. They're going to come in, we've had some parents come into our vegetable garden and help with that. And it's just, getting that space where they feel like they belong and that they want to be here, and then getting them on the governing council and saying, well, you can make some decisions around this too. You have a voice, you have some power. Cooking lessons, reading to kids in the classroom. All of those things are really, really important things for our school to feel like it is a community.
I feel this school does really well at engaging us as parents as that link, as that connector to the kids' education to long term, rather than focusing and putting all that on the education system. What can we share? And I feel there's much more shared responsibility and vision for us as parents with the education system than there was when I was going to high school.